The following is a special presentation of the Simulation Football League.
Formation handoff to Overstreet around the right-hand side. Overstreet picks it up on, and there he goes! Overstreet! Touchdown! Wolfpack! Garcia back to pass. He's going to throw it deep, and a pass is caught. He caught Wybusker trying to beat Grayson, and he makes the tackle at the 17, and the Legends have to burn a timeout. Unbelievable. Formation, Marconi back to pass. Marconi throws it over the middle, and it's a touchdown, Maulers. James Cooley with the touchdown. As it will flip it out to Sim, and Sim makes the play. 10-5 touchdown. The doctor is in. The Crabs have a lead. It is a beautiful day at Bagnod Memorial Coliseum. The DC Dragons and the San Francisco Bulldogs. It's the Sunday showcase with a lot on the line in week number 9. Hello everyone, I'm your play-by-play commentator Cameron Irvine, and today the 3-2 DC Dragons, led by Leroy Ambush and Richard Snowden, will take on the 2-3 San Francisco Bulldogs, who are undefeated at home, led by Donald Miller and Keanu Tuiasosopo. Two healthy teams coming up next. It's the Sunday Showcase.
This is it. You guys ready? Gentlemen, please make your call. Tails. It is heads. Good kick. The Bulldogs have won the toss and select a kick.
The DC Dragons will get the football first. A game with a lot on the line. And from Bagnod Memorial Stadium, we're underway. The doghouse from the 6. Dragons corralled at the 27. So here we go. Out comes DC. The last time these two teams met, 28-22. The Dragons beat the Bulldogs in their first meeting between the two franchises. San Francisco had to settle for 5 field goals in that game, but they have been much better offensively here at home. First and 10 at the 27. And Zuli starts under center, and he will start with a pass. And Zuli will go deep to Corky, and that pass is caught to the San Francisco 46-yard line. A gain of 27 on the game's opening play. The Dragons in the road. Black helmets, gold jerseys, black pants, white numbers with the teal and gold trim. San Francisco in the home. Blue helmets, blue jerseys, white pants, white numbers, red and blue trim. First and 10 of the 46. Zuli starts off perfect. Back to pass again. Zuli down the middle this time, and that pass is nearly intercepted. Mike Sudalovich stepped right in front of it. He had a takeaway the last time these two teams met, and it's second down. Looking for Corky again deep, and you have to respect the fact that DC is coming out here to be aggressive. You would think that 3-2 would be a pretty solid record. Not in the SFL. The Dragons are in a 3-way tie right now for 5th place, trailing the New York Knights and Baltimore Crabs, Santa Fe Gorillas. Snowden wrapped him in the backfield, a 3-yard loss. Larry Henderson, the big boy, on the tackle, and it brings up third down and 13. Larry Henderson needs to step it up here for these Bulldogs. He has struggled a bit this year, as has San Francisco, last in the league. They have had just 4 sacks by their defense. And Zuli is going to be sacked, hit hard in the backfield. That's sack number 5 in the season for the Bulldogs. It's rookie Roosevelt Wallace, and the Dragons will have to put it away to start the game. A nice stand for San Francisco after giving up the initial deep ball. As that punt is nearly blocked but kicked cleanly from the 21, and a nice job of the Dragons. They hustled down there. Usually have Greg Corky on the Sunday Showcase broadcast. Unfortunately, Greg informed me a few hours ago, Greg Morris I should say, informed me a few hours ago that he was under the weather and would not be with us today. So I know we all love Greg Morris and what he brings to the table. He'll be back next week. Next week's Sunday Showcase game is the New York Knights against the DC Dragons. In fact, those 3 teams will combine for the next 3 Sunday Showcases. We'll get to that in a little bit. Jasper Hart back to pass. He's going to go deep, and that pass is incomplete. Double covered was Miller as Oakenshield knocks it away. This week it's DC and San Francisco. Next week it is DC and New York on the Sunday Showcase. And the following week is San Francisco at New York. New York's final home game as the tussling in the Gray Conference continues. Teal Conference takes center stage on Money Mondays as Keanu Tuiasosopo breaks it to the outside for a San Francisco first down to the 39. Nicely done by Tui, who has picked up his game this year. Now 7th in the league in rushing yards per game, 126.2. He's on pace just barely for his first 1,000-yard season of his career. 9:40 to go in the first quarter. San Francisco on the move to the 39-yard line. I formation. Hart hands off to Tui, and Tui around the left side will not make the defender miss. That's DJ Greenwood on the tackle. That's a 2-yard gain for Tuiasosopo, and it's 2nd down and 8. San Francisco will host this year's championship game for the first time. First year was hosted in Orlando. 2nd year, New York. 3rd season escapes me. Last year was in Baltimore, and this year in San Francisco. 2nd down and 8. Hart back to pass, swings it outside. That pass caught by Brunson. Towards the corner. First down. Check that, Rex Norton to the DC 48-yard line. Nice job by Norton, putting the spin on his feet and getting downfield. And a nice start for San Francisco as they enter Dragon territory. Mentioned at the top of the broadcast, 2-0 at home, 0-3 on the road are the Bulldogs this year. 3 receivers set 2 to the right side, bottom of your screen. Hart out of the shotgun will hand it off to Tuiasosopo, and he cuts back middle, and Tuiasosopo took a big hit but picks up a solid 6-yard gain up the middle. Offensive starters for San Francisco: Silver Star quarterback number 7, Jasper Hart; Gold Star running back number 34, Keanu Tuiasosopo; Gold Star receiver number 84, Donald Miller; Bronze Star wide receiver number 88, Xavier Brunson; and Bronze Star tight end number 81, Rex Norton. Hart back to pass. He's going to go deep down the field. That pass is incomplete. Off the hands of Donald Miller. He could not reel it in. That would have put the Bulldogs in the red zone in a rare drop from one of the top receivers on paper in the SFL. And it's going to bring up 3rd down. Donald Miller not top 10 in any receiving categories. He's been a slight disappointment here in San Francisco, but for what they've needed him to do, he's been a pretty sure-handed guy. 2 in the backfield, 3rd down and 4. 4-3 defense for the Dragons. And Hart drops back to pass. He's pressured, swings it outside. Got to get to the first down. Breaks off a tackle, and a big hit in the backfield by DC. Forward progress, puts it at the 41-yard line, but it's going to be 4th down and 3. And like San Francisco, the Dragon defense also bends, does not break, and gets a stop. And the Bulldogs will punt.
Let's go, D! We gotta set the run!
On his way, San Francisco trying to pin him deep. That's a good kick. Down to the 8, down to the 4. Gonna bounce out of bounds at the 2-yard line. Can't do it much better than that. Minardi gets a gold star, and DC starts their second possession deep in their own territory. A triple hopper. So 7:38 to go in the first quarter. Zach Sully started off hot, cooled down. 3 receivers, 2 to the right side. Richard Snowden going to take the handoff. Snowden is tackled in the backfield, back at the goal line. He has had nowhere to run. Larry Henderson, another tackle for loss, and it's 2nd and 12. And Richard Snowden, last time out for the Dragons, he has struggled in the last couple of games. Still number 4 in rushing yards per game, but he's hit a little bit of a slow patch as Snowden gets to the outside and gets out to the 5-yard line, gives DC a little bit of breathing room. But Snowden's struggles have resulted in closer than expected scores for the Dragons, and it's 3rd and 8. Third down at the 5. And they're going to hand it off again, and Snowden goes right side, and it's going to be a 3 and out for the Dragons. This is going to result in excellent field position for San Francisco as DC just played it safe. A nice start for the Bulldog defense, who gave up 4 touchdowns in the first meeting. A full house here at Bagnall Memorial. I mean, there is not an empty seat here. Fans fired up for this game. From the DC 40, nice return up to the 35-yard line. And the Bulldogs have excellent field position, and they need to take advantage of this opportunity. If you missed the first couple of games of week number 9, Orlando fell to Baltimore 17-9 on Thursday night. Quite the opposite yesterday. Louisville blasts the short-handed Minneapolis Maulers 59-34. Empty backfield for Jasper Hart. 3 receiver set. 2 to the left side of the football. Hart back to pass. Hart's got time. It's breaking down. Hart is tackled by his face mask, if we're being honest. No call. A 4-yard loss. Matthias Glenn with the takedown. And let's take another look at it. Actually, not a face mask, but horse collar. Most definitely. Nasty sack there on Hart, and it brings up 2nd and long to start the drive, and pushes San Francisco outside of field goal range. 2nd down, 14. The DC 38 back to pass. Hart swings it outside. Pass caught. That is a 6 yards, gain for Xavier Brunson. That's his first catch of the day. It's 3rd down and 8. DC defense led by Gold Star linebacker number 24, Leroy Ambush. The safeties, Cedric Trevelyan, number 6, Broderick Oakenshield, number 47. They're both silvers. The bronze corners, DJ Greenwood and Dominique Porter. Out of the eye. On 3rd down and 8. Hart back to pass. Hart has time. Deep down the middle. That pass caught by Rex Norton. Touchdown! Bulldogs! Give me some of that Bulldog bark! A perfect pass from Jasper Hart, and San Francisco has the lead. Right over the outstretched arm of Broderick Oakenshield, who usually comes up with plays like that, and the Bulldogs strike first. So the extra point for San Francisco. Low snap. They better kick it in a hurry. That kick is good. On Conway's holder had to gather up that snap, and San Francisco has a 7-0 lead. Jasper Hart has struggled as of late, 7th in the league in passing yards per game. Certainly the best offensive year that San Francisco has had, although that 37-20 loss last week in Oklahoma City was a bit of a head-scratcher. San Francisco a long road ahead of them, 2-3. DC, New York, and Louisville left on the schedule. Their games against Minneapolis and Oklahoma City are finished. So San Francisco, a tougher schedule than most, but so far stepping up to the challenge. 1st and 10 at the 30. And they go with a 4-2-5 defensive look. Zuli changing the play with an empty backfield. Zuli back to pass. Zuli fires right side. That is a long pass to Artorius Revin, and it's a 5-yard gain. NY Kia. Thanks, man. That's what I'm talking about. 2nd and 5 at the 35-yard line. 2 receivers to the right side. San Francisco trying to hold tough again. Snowden takes the carry, and Snowden's got a lot of space to the outside. Snowden breaks free. 1 man of 8, and Lennox is not going to be fast enough. Richard Snowden, touchdown. One of the more clever touchdown runs for Richard Snowden this year. He had to work for that one as he navigated through the defense on a nice little trap that created a huge lane to the left side. Andrew Ball missed his chance at a tackle, and the DC Dragons have bounced back. Andrew Ball went flying, and Jasper Lennox, who's one of San Francisco's best players, 9th in the league, averaging 1.4 tackles for loss per game. He's just too slow, and the Dragons have answered back, and this is going to be a fun one today. Extra point coming up. And that kick is good. DC 7, San Francisco 7, 4:48 to go in the first quarter. Sunday showcase on the Sim Football Network on Twitch. Your play-by-play commentator, Cameron Irvine. Greg Corky is out with illness. He must have gotten sick from watching that game yesterday. DC, who's last in the league in total yards of offense per game at 342. Off to a pretty nice start here today. That long ball to Corky and that nice run there from Snowden. So 1st and 10 at the 30. Decent field position here for the Bulldogs in a tie game. San Francisco has the Knights in a week, and then the Maulers 13 days from now to finish off their season. Dragons have a bye week 12. Hard to believe that there's just 14 games left in the regular season. Back to pass. Hart deep down the field. Open again! Rex Norton breaks a tackle down to the DC 31. Rex Norton is having the first quarter of his life against the Dragon defense. First down, Bulldogs, gets right over the coverage, and Trevelyan saves the touchdown. Ambush trying to stop Rex Norton, and even the ref couldn't stop him. How about the tight end coming up big? Didn't see that as a storyline coming into the game. 1st and 10 at the 31. Toss play out to Tuiasa Sopo. He breaks off a tackle. Tui's still on his feet, and he picks up 6 yards. Now 31 yards for Tuiasosopo. Snowden got some help on his stat sheet from that long touchdown run. Second and 4 at the 25 thanks to another deep ball to Rex Norton successfully. Second and 4, handoff to Tuiasosopo. He's got a first down. There's a penalty marker on the play. Tuiasosopo is going to get in the end zone. I believe that will stand. Give me some of that Bulldog bark. How about that from San Francisco? Man, what in the world has gotten in to the Bulldog offense today? They're pulling a Oklahoma City from last week. $13 to 7. Bulldogs are coming to play today. My goodness. Best quarter of football I've seen San Francisco play in a long, long time. As that extra point is good, and it's 14-7. And the Bulldogs coming off an embarrassing 20-37 loss to rival Oklahoma City in OKC last week are loving the bounce back. On top of that, San Francisco comes in now with the number 2 pass defense in the league. They give up just 232.4 passing yards per game. Their run defense has been the problem, 11th in the league, and that's how Richard Snowden was able to break free for his touchdown. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 25. Can DC answer? The two teams have scored on the last 3 possessions of this game. 1st and 10 at the 25 for Zuli. And the handoff goes to Snowden right up the middle, and Snowden will pick up a solid 6 yards, now 75 yards on 6 carries. Starters for the San Francisco defense include Silver Star defensive tackle Larry Henderson, Bronze Star defensive end Roosevelt Wallace, 99 and 97 respectively, Silver cornerback number 35 Andrew Ball, Bronze cornerback number 24 Mike Sudalovich, outside linebacker number 90 Jasper Lennox, he's also a bronze. Handoff up the middle, Snowden, and Snowden is wrapped up by Lennox. That's just a 2-yard gain, and it sets up a 3rd down. Lennox has fallen off in the last couple of games, but he was one of the league leaders in tackles there for a while. Former defensive end from Orlando, making the switch in the offseason. 3rd down and 2 at the 33. And Zuli will pass, and Zuli will complete it to the outstretched hands of B.A. Bostwick to move the chains to the 39. Starting offense for DC, Bronze Star quarterback number 18, Zach Zuli. Gold Star running back number 25, Richard Snowden. Silver receiver number 87, Greg Corky. Bronze receiver number 15, Artorius Revan. And bronze tight end number 44, B.A. Bostwick. Zuli again to pass. A quick slant, and that pass simply just dropped by Revan. San Francisco actually read that quite beautifully. Broke on the football. And it was a huge distraction to Revan, who couldn't get his hands on it. 2nd and 10. Dragons facing a little bit of adversity here. They've also lost 2 games on the road, like, well, San Francisco's lost 3. That pass is caught. What a beautiful grab by Greg Corky over the outstretched and lanky Andrew Ball. Corky makes it happen, and let's check the flag. Refs are busy in this game.
Pass interference, number 35. Defense. The penalty is declined.
So the Dragons decline the penalty, and Greg Corky makes a sensational grab. Another first down for the Dragons near midfield. Corky coming in, tied with 7 touchdowns for most in the league. Number 5 now in receiving yards per game, 116.6. 4 receivers, 2 to either side. Snowden in the backfield. Zuli hands off to Snowden, and Snowden will break off a tackle, and then another! Richard Snowden in the open field! 30, 25, 20, 10, and DC responds! Richard Snowden, after a very slow start, has come to life, doing his best David Overstreet impression, and we have a shootout on our hands on the Sunday Showcase. Twice, San Francisco got bodies on Richard Snowden, and they just could not bring him down. And these two teams, San Francisco 9th in the league in total defense per game, 10th in the league in scoring defense per game. DC is 5th in the league in total defense per game, 7th in the league in scoring defense per game. And the extra point is good. And man, do we have a fun one on our hands right now. 1:35 to go in the first quarter. It's Dragons 14 and Bulldogs 14. And boy, we miss you, Greg. Think of all the freestyles possible from the last few minutes. This game looks like a battle of two teams that want and need this victory. From the 11, San Francisco on the return up to the 30. 90 seconds left in the opening quarter. Sopo 631 total yards coming into the game. He's also 6th in the league, averaging 8.2 catches out of the backfield, although they have not looked his way much so far in the passing game. It's been Rex Norton having a career performance. 1st and 10 at the 30. Trips left, hand off that way. Tuiasa Sopo is going to be hit hard. Nice tackle on the outside by, I believe, Oakenshield. That's a 3-yard gain, or 1-yard gain, excuse me. Snowden is up to 125 yards in the quarter alone. He's got both of the Dragon touchdowns. And Snowden now has 11 touchdowns on the season, one shy of Parkee Chol. 2nd and 9 at the 32. Handoff again to Tuiasa Sopo, hit in the backfield, broke off a tackle, and Tuiasa Sopo picks up 5 yards. DC had him dead to rights in the backfield, played that play perfectly. Tuiasa Sopo makes something out of nothing as the first quarter winds down, and Donald Miller still does not have a catch yet. San Francisco's offense has been so effective. 3rd down and 4 at the 36. 3 receivers, 2 to the bottom of the formation. And they're going to hand it off again to Tuiasa Sopo, and he's going to be corralled, no gain. They tried to trick DC with back-to-back draws, and that is the first time a team has been stopped since the opening few minutes. And the Bulldogs will have to punt. DC could potentially take the lead on their next drive, and they have sort of weathered the mini storm of San Francisco.
Oh yeah, punter, I'm coming. I'm blocking this.
So the clock ticks away. From the 24, DC some room to return up to the 27-yard line. End of one from Bagnall Memorial Stadium, and this is shaping up to be a great game. You're listening to Bulldog Radio and watching the Sim Football Network on Twitch. We'll be right back. If the playoffs started today, here would be your matchups. Louisville and Baltimore leading their respective divisions. Santa Fe would host DC, and New York would host Honolulu. Tallahassee on the outside, looking in. They play the Legends tomorrow night on Money Monday. We'll be back in just a second. quarter, a new possession for DC. They start the drive out of the I. This is the Sim Football Network on Twitch, and this is our Sunday Showcase matchup as Greg Corky makes another terrific catch in traffic. Now 57 yards on 3 grabs this afternoon. A perfect day here in San Francisco. 69 degrees, mostly cloudy skies. So far, Greg Corky has gotten the better of Andrew Ball. There is no doubt about that. 14-14, Richard Snowden rushes for 2 touchdowns in the first quarter and a $125. 4 down lineman for San Francisco, and Zulli is pressured. He has to fire it short, and Corky ends up losing 2 yards. Corky now with his 4th catch of the day. Larry Henderson, a couple of tackles for loss today. He's got a 1.5 sacks. 2nd down 12. Got some pressure on that last play. High formation, Zulli to pass again. Zulli checked down. That pass caught by Bostwick, and he is crunched at the 49. Bostwick a couple of grabs here in the first half. 3rd and 6. Shout out to all of those of you in the chat today. Big Willie 54, Dark Destro MD, DR Sim 80, Insane Eagle, Lone Taz Devil 20, Marcus Amore, NY Key at 31, Playmaker P, Ramos Lynn, as Zulli is going to convert the 3rd down. Storm warnings, Superman 20021, the Cheesecake Parties. Oh, I love that name. I need some cheesecake right now. T, Paternity, and True Shot Caller 1, along with Servo 222. Thanks for supporting the Sim Football League. SimulationFL.com is our website. And don't forget that Sunday, August 31st, that's in Sunday, August 30th. That's just in 2 weeks, people, as Zulli goes deep. He's got an open receiver, and that's a DC touchdown. Dragons have back-to-back touchdowns, and Greg Corky now has a league-leading 8 TDs at receiver, and the Dragons have captured the lead. As I was saying, as Andrew Ball gets burned again, August 30th, mark your calendars, the league at halftime of the Sunday Showcase game, and keep in mind that'll be week 11, so playoff implications will be riding high all across the league as we have a 12-week season. But we will be making major announcements regarding our future, our upcoming season, potential expansion, website redesign, graphics, and a slew of very exciting announcements. If you've been waiting for the total game day experience, it's coming to your home soon. I'll just say that. 21-14 DC. Thanks to Zach Zulli's first touchdown pass, is hurting San Francisco's defense, and now the question becomes, can the Bulldogs keep up offensively? This team is used to relying on their defense. Their defense has not been good for much of the season. It all started back in the preseason when their defensive coordinator was let go just a week before the season began. The team sort of had to scramble. First down at the 35. First and 10 at the 35, back to pass. That pass tipped away and incomplete. Bring up a 2nd down and 10. Nice knock away by Dominique Porter. Pass intended for Brunson. It's not up to us where we bring SFL franchises. It's up to you out there, folks. Yeah, I know. I think it is Monday the 31st. I was mistaken. Out of the eye, Tuiasosopo going to get the toss, and DC stretches him to the outside, and it's 3rd down and 15, and San Francisco is starting to lose some momentum they built offensively early on in this game as DC has settled down. 3rd down, 15. 4 receivers. 2 to either side, and a deep ball from Hardis, caught again! This time it's Donald Miller. And DC's pass defense continuing to get burnt deep as San Francisco playing patty cake with DC on the scoreboard. First down and 10 to the 41. So again, I'll try to reiterate. August 31st. Do not miss the SFL broadcast that Monday night. First and 10 to the 41. Hand off to Tuiasosopo. He gets around the left side. Tuiasosopo! 15-10! It's time for some bark! Touchdown again! Oh man, the fireworks continue. Look at the scoreboard. Says Tui. What a run from Tuiasosopo, and it's a wild one here in San Francisco. And if this is your first time watching the SFL, you have picked a good time to pop on by. The 3-2 DC Dragons 21 and the 2-3 San Francisco Bulldogs 21. San Francisco will kick it away. DC from the 13, very short kick. Only up to the 31, however. Now San Francisco, they just got to find a way to get some stops. Their offense is playing some phenomenal football. Especially Jasper Hart, he looks rejuvenated. First and 10 at the 31-yard line. 4 receivers, 2 to either side for Zuli, empty backfield. Back to pass, Zuli, it's tipped and nearly taken away. What a job by Roosevelt Wallace on the line to knock it down. Oh man, that could have been really dangerous. Nice job by Wallace. Second and 10 at the 31-yard line. 2 in the backfield for DC. What a ball game we got brewing here today. Zuli back to pass. Zuli dumps it short. That's Bostwick. Bostwick's got 3 grabs here in the first half. Put in some nice work. 6-yard gain. 3rd down and 4. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Cameron Irvine. It's unfortunate that Greg Morris could not be here with us today. Under the weather. But we're having a good time right now. 21-21. 3rd down and 4. 4 receivers. 2 tight to the left. And Zuli down the middle. Has a completion. First down to the Bulldog 46. That's Bostwick again. His 4th reception of the half. Zach Zuli spreading the ball around. Both these quarterbacks having good days, and it has been all offense here in the first half. Not to the point where the defenses have been bad, per se. They just haven't made the plays. Offenses have. First down into San Francisco territory. And Zuli drops to throw. Deep ball down the field. Caught again. And a broken tackle down to the 27-yard line. Zuli now a $1.64. That's Greg Corky again with the catch. First down to the Bulldog 27, and DC is in scoring position again. Coming up tomorrow, Money Monday, along with Mike Peters in the booth. We've got the 3-2 Tallahassee Pride and the 3-2 Honolulu Legends in a monster game in the Teal Conference. Offside, free play. Snowden trying to get around the left side, and Wallace made the tackle eventually. DC will take that penalty, 1st and 5.
Neutral zone infraction, number 97, deep 5-yard penalty. Repeat, 1st down.
Week 9 of 12 here in the SFL regular season. 6 teams make the playoffs. Our wild card weekend will be in between week 1 of NFL contests. So while the NFL is just starting, we will be ramping up our postseason run. 1st down and 5 for the Dragons at the 22-yard line. High formation, the handoff goes to Snowden. He is going to bounce off a tackler and then get thrown ahead nearly for a 1st down. Bring up 2nd and 1 at the 18.
Number 90 with the tackle.
6:20 to go. San Francisco needs a turnover here. Down lineman, handoff goes to Snowden. Snowden on the right side. That's a 1st down. That's another 6-yard gain. Snowden now a $1.35 on the day. He has been unstoppable, and that's the 2nd straight week that San Francisco has just been gashed by a running back in the 1st half. Halfway through the 2nd quarter, a wild one here at Bagnod Memorial. 1st and 10. Zuli back to pass, has to check it down. Snowden race to the pylon. Snowden just bouncing off of people. Gets to the 7, eventually brought down after a 5-yard gain, but Snowden is like wearing a suit of armor out there. He has looked light today. DC 4th in the league in rushing offense, 158.4 per game. 2nd and 5 from the 7. San Francisco trying to force the first field goal of the day. Snowden takes the handoff. He's going to lose 2 yards. Larry Henderson, he's been a big factor when he's been able to get his big old body in the backfield. 3rd down, 7. Ball at the 9. 3 receivers, 2 to the left side. Zuli back to pass. Zuli fires left side, knocked away by Andrew Ball. Nice defense from Ball as he finally wins the battle against Corky. And that's going to bring out the field goal unit for the 1st time today for either team. Clutch defensive stop there by Ball as Zuli went to the short corner. Six-yard field goal coming up for the Dragons. That kick is good. 24-21. This is going to be a long box score. Dan Stevens, Peter O'Keefe coming up with the 1st half highlights, stats, and analysis from the SFL studios in San Antonio, Texas on the 2K Sports Halftime Report. And they're going to have plenty to talk about. Dragons trying to improve to 4-2, but Honolulu and Tallahassee both at 3-2 would love for these 2 teams to be 3-3. As the Bulldogs will start from their 28-yard line. Abdullah on the return. Jasper Hart has been unconscious here in the first half. He has been phenomenal. 11 carries, 97 yards for Tuiasa Sopo. He hadn't been too shabby either. Cedric Trevelyan and Broderick Oakenshield struggling today, surprisingly, for the Dragons. Toss play out to Tuiasa Sopo. Bounces off a tackle and then brought down the line of scrimmage. Second down, 10 yards to go. Big boy number 90 up front, making the stop. I formation. Miller, bottom of the screen, has one grab today. Counter, Tuiasa Sopo bounces off a tackle. Oh, Tuiasa Sopo! Get out of here! Trying to be caught by Oakenshield! He will not be caught! Oh my! Get that boy a highlight reel! He can do it all by himself! This is unbelievable. This might be one of the highest scoring first halves in league history as these two offenses are putting on a show. This is one of the craziest games we have had in a long time. And the 26 of you who are out there watching right now, don't turn the channel. This has become, well, it's been for quite some time, a wild one. To put it in perspective, San Francisco averages 21 points a game. Can you believe that? DC averages 29 points per game. So the two teams combined average around 50 points per game, and we've got 52 in the first half. Truly unexpected. And what's so bizarre is that the Baltimore Crabs on Thursday night won their 17-9 contest with 233 yards of offense. And in the last two games, all four teams have had more than 230 yards of offense in the first half. Is that ridiculous or what? First and 10 at the 29. Back to pass. Sully swings it outside. Open man. That is Corky, an 8-yard gain. Sully now $177. Jasper Hart sitting on 119 yards. But Keanu Tuiasa Sopo has done much of the heavy lifting in this first half. After Jasper Hart really got going. Check that. That's Richard Snowden on the catch. Apologize for that. What a first half. Both of these teams outscoring their season averages. Did not expect for this one. Last time these two teams met, it was 28-22. They've already scored more points in this game. Handoff to Snowden, got a first down to the 41. It's amazing when you can get touchdowns instead of field goals if you're San Francisco. And the Bulldogs right now are approaching their season high for points in a game. 3 minutes left. I would expect the defenses to show up a little tougher in the second half. As Sully hands it off to Snowden. Snowden on the left side has another 6-yard gain. As DC just continues to churn out yardage. Over 1,200 yards of offense in yesterday's game. That was the most offense in a game this season. And San Francisco and DC are trying to give it an offensive encore. Second and 4 at the 47. 3 receivers. Zuli changing the play. Back to pass. Zuli flips it outside. Revan dropped it! as he kicks the air in frustration. Revan has 2 drops today. Man, that is unbelievable. 3rd down and 4. Stop here for San Francisco could be huge. Third down, 2 receivers, left side. 4-3 defense showing an outside blitz. They're going to hand it off to Snowden. He got the first down. To the San Francisco 49. That will take us down to the 2-minute warning. Let's pause briefly for station identification along the Bulldog Radio Network.
Home to the Bulldog Bark 102.5 KSFR, the big ticket, San Francisco.
First down and 10 at the 49. Two receivers. That's Corky in the slot. Out of the gun. Back to pass. And Zuli goes deep, and the pass caught in traffic. Down to the San Francisco 29. Greg Corky is sure-handed today. Sudalovich defending. Into scoring position again at the San Francisco 29. Who's going to have the ball last here? Out of the eye. Zuli, quick drop back. Zuli gets it out of his hands, and it's caught again. Greg Corky is hammering the San Francisco corners as DC gets down to the 17-yard line. Clock is ticking. Down to 1:18 to go in the first half. Both teams have all 3 timeouts. Isn't it amazing how much more exciting this league is when you got a good game? First and 10 at the 17. Handoff. Snowden up the middle. Tackled, only a 1-yard gain. Nice job by Roosevelt Wallace plugging up the hole. And now it's a chess match with the clock. If San Francisco can force a field goal here and go up by 1 at the halftime, that would be huge. Second and 9 at the 16. Clock still running. And off to Snowden again. Snowden inside the 15 down to the 11. And a timeout by the Dragons. It'll be 3rd and 4 at the 11-yard line. Defense is struggling on both sides today. San Francisco trying to force the 2nd straight field goal. 3 receivers. Zuli to pass. Zuli fires it outside. Caught! Turns the corner! And Corky is scored again! If you're Andrew Ball, you have to seal Corky to the sideline, and he just doesn't do it. He was behind Greg Corky and all out of sorts. And the Dragons have taken the lead. Beautiful 2-minute offense. No need to panic. They score with 35 seconds on the clock, and it's 30-28. And for first-time watchers, again, we put this in perspective. This is the most points by far in a first half this season in the SFL. We have not had a shootout like this in a very long time, at least one that was competitive. And it's Dragons 31, Bulldogs 28, but they leave San Francisco more time on the clock. If you like defense, you're frustrated right now. From the 10, San Francisco on the return, past the 30, up to the 32. Nice job. 30 seconds left and all 3 timeouts for San Francisco. And man, I would stay aggressive. DC has proven to not be able to stop anybody today. So why not keep going at him? First down and 10 at the 32. Four receivers. Hart, empty backfield out of the shotgun. Back to pass. Hart down the field. It's incomplete. I thought it was going to be caught by Norton. Nice job by, I believe, Oakenshield to wrestle the ball out of his hands. And let's take a look at exactly who made the play. No, it was Cedric Trevelyan. Nice job swatting it down. 2nd and 10. 25 seconds left. And if you're San Francisco, now you're in a little bit of a bind here because you stopped the clock. You certainly don't want to give DC the ball back. Two receivers, two backs, all to the right side. They're going to hand it off to Tuiasosopo. It's going to be wrapped up behind the line. So I think DC, or San Francisco, beg your pardon, a little weary that the Dragons were going to get the football back, so instead they take some time off the clock. They're going to try to go down the field here, though. Down to 4, down to, well, they're going to burn a timeout. 3 seconds left. 3rd down and 11, and San Francisco will see what they can do here on the final play. Jasper Hart, one last chance to make an impression on this first half. Both offenses have already done plenty. 3 wide receivers, shotgun look. And they're going to hand it off to Tuiasosopo, and that's going to be the end of the first half. So San Francisco plays it safe late. They're only down 3 in a wild one here in San Francisco, 31-28. This is the Sim Football Network on Twitch. And your halftime reporter's next.
And runs into traffic. Stopped at the 29. Number 24 will be credited with the tackle. And that'll do it for the first half of this one. The Dragons with a small lead, 31-28.
Okay, Dan, let's get this halftime show started. What do you have for us?
I'll look at our first half numbers now, and the stat that leaps out at you, 3rd down conversion. The Dragons should be way ahead on the scoreboard, but somehow they've let their opponents hang in there with them. Let's see if they can change things in the second half. Let's get started in this one early in the first quarter. Number 18 would find his target on this one. Unfortunately, they could not capitalize on the play. Still early in the first, number 34 would get up ahead of steam, and then it was clear sailing from here. Unfortunately, the drive stopped shortly afterwards, and they had to punt it away. Midway through the first, number 7 went to the air trying to convert on 3rd down, and he found his man. They get the first score and go up by 7. The Dragons answer right back. Number 25 got the ball here, and it was a defensive meltdown as he had lots of open space ahead. A 64-yard touchdown for the visitors. Game tied, 7-all. Number 34 is going to take this one to the outside, and once he gets the corner, it's a foot race. A 25-yard touchdown for the home team. The Dragons, end of the first quarter, all at the 50. Number 25 is going to show a little athleticism here as he finds an opening, and then he's off to the races. A 49-yard touchdown for the visitors. Later on in the second quarter, game tied, 14-all. Number 87 is going to try to stretch the field here, and he is going to make them pay. The Bulldogs, still early in the second quarter. Number 34 is going to get the carry here as they grind it out on the ground, and he makes the most of this one. A 40-yard touchdown for the home team. Game tied, 21-all. Number 18 went to work on 3rd down, and he was able to find his man. That set up a 27-yard field goal. answering right back. Number 34 is going to show a little athleticism here as he finds an opening, and then he's off to the races. A 72-yard touchdown for the home team. Late into the second quarter, the Dragons down by 4. Number 87 ran a terrific route here and was able to pull this one in. And that's how we'll round this one out. The Bulldogs are locked in a defensive struggle, 31-28.
All right, good work, partner.
The Bulldogs will receive to start the second half, and this is a tight contest. Currently, they're down 31-28. Let's go down to the field.
Start of the second half here in San Francisco, and the Bulldogs will get their first crack offensively. The team's put up 59 points and 657 total yards of offense in the first half. San Francisco will have to keep it going. They trail by 3. First and 10 at the 30. High formation. Hand off to Tuiasosopo. He spins off a tackle and right back into another one. Only a 3-yard gain. Tuiasosopo out-dueled Richard Snowden just slightly in that first half. 166 yards and 3 touchdowns. Richard Snowden, 152 yards and 2 touchdowns. Second down, 7 at the 33. Back to pass, Hart deep, and it's almost caught. Brunson tried to stick one hand out there. If he would have caught that one, that would have been pretty. Hart just overshot him a little bit. Decent coverage there from Porter. Brunson just couldn't come down with it. And it's 3rd down and 7. We thought maybe the defenses might come out a little bit more focused here. Let's see if DC can force a 3 and out. Back to pass, Hart down the middle, incomplete. So 4th down, San Francisco goes 3 and out on their opening possession as DC's defense must have gotten a wake-up call in the locker room. And now we'll see what San Francisco's defense heard at halftime.
You can't see me!
I can assure you, we can see you. Kick is away. The 27, nothing. Return, maybe a half a yard. Lane on the return. First down at the 28. Dragons trying to improve to 2 and 4. If the Bulldogs drop to 2 and 4 with New York and Louisville left on their schedule, they would likely be eliminated at that point. It would be a tough road to climb for the Bulldogs. This game means way more to San Francisco than it does to DC. Obviously, DC wants to win as well and improve their standings as Snowden takes the handoff for a 3-yard gain. But for San Francisco, this means everything. Dragons still have a date with Minneapolis, who's shorthanded. In their game against New York, they lost the first time. That'll be on the Sunday showcase, and Clark Heachel and Richard Snowden going at it again. That's going to be a fun one next week. Second down and 7. Snowden takes another handoff around the right side, picks up 4, running away from Roosevelt Wallace and Larry Henderson. So here is another big 3rd down for the Dragons as San Francisco tries to force a 3 and out. Three receivers. Zulli going to hand it off to Snowden, and Snowden is going to be wrapped up, and it's another 3 and out here in the third quarter. This time it's DC. Sudalovich on the tackle, and San Francisco's defense stands tall. How about that? The two defenses get blasted in the first half, and both come out of the third quarter gates forcing a punt. DC still up by 3. San Francisco on the return from the 29 up to the 33. Zach Zulli in the first half had 220 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. 156 of those 220 yards were Greg Corky's. And this guy has been all over the place. 16 carries for $169 so far. Hand off to Tuiasosopo. He slides past defenders and picks up 7. Tui nearly gets another first down. San Francisco 2-0 against the last 2 champions of this league, but 0-2 against expansion teams. DC an expansion team. They're trying to change that. Hand off to Tuiasosopo. He's got a first down up to the 46. Another 6-yard gain, as San Francisco is once again resuming moving the football down the field. If you're just joining us, a wild one here this afternoon. The offensive stars have shined, but not so far here in the third quarter. Trips to the left for Jasper Hart. He will drop back to pass. Hart will flip it out left side. That pass caught. That's Brunson for a 9-yard gain. San Francisco trying to improve to 3-0 at home, and their final home game is against the 5-1 Louisville Wolfpack. Wouldn't that be one heck of an upset? Especially the way San Francisco got murdered by Louisville in their first meeting in Kentucky. 8 minutes to go in the third. Hand off to Tuiasosopo. He did not get the first down. Up to the DC 44-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd and inches. Fiegels, I believe, on the stop. Ambush has been quiet today. There's a look at him. 3rd down and short. You figure Tuiasosopo's averaging 10 yards a carry. You got to give it to the man. That's what they're going to do. And Tuiasosopo bounces the left side and gets the first down to the DC 41-yard line. An update running back comparison as both look for a 200-yard afternoon. Overall, though, the numbers starting to come back down to reality. First down and 10 to the DC 41. A long drive here for San Francisco. 3 receivers. Hart back to pass. Hart steps up in the pocket. Fired short. Tuiasosopo was standing, I'm telling you, like a foot away from Jasper Hart. And I don't think even Tuiasosopo was ready for the football. And it's 2nd and 10. Like the league on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, subscribe to our YouTube and Twitch channels, all at /SimulationFL. And remember, if we're on while an NFL preseason game is on, or we're on while an NFL regular season is on when we're in the playoffs, just watch both at the same time. Hang out with the football community here, and bring your friends, chat some NFL, chat some college, whatever you want to do. This is the place to do it. 3rd down and 10 after Tuiasosopo's run does not get past the line of scrimmage, and this is a huge 3rd down. 3rd and long for San Francisco. They've hardly had any today. 3rd down, Hart back to pass, flips it outside, got to turn the corner, and cannot do it. Now it's decision time. Brunson on the catch. Nice job by Porter and Trevelyan to shove him out of bounds. It's 4th and 2. It'd be a 50-yard field goal from here. They could go for it. Or they could try to pin the Dragons back deep. They have put the Dragons at their own 2-yard line earlier in this game. But the offense right now on the field for San Francisco, I wonder if they have the cojones to snap the ball. Would not appear so. Down to 6 on the play clock. And, oh, DC jumped offside. Free play. That's going to be a first down. Man, it's almost like DC thought they were going to call a timeout or something. That is a huge offside.
Neutral zone infraction. Number 90, defense.
First and 10. The Dragons move the chains for San Francisco. And man, San Francisco's just getting all the breaks. Jasper Hart, 137 yards and a touchdown, a rating of 108.3. Interceptionless today. First and 10, out of the shotgun, handoff to Sopo, dragged down in the backfield. And DC doing a better job late on this drive of stopping Keanu up the middle. This drive has been a long one for San Francisco. We have no points in the third quarter. Second down, 11. 7 in the box for DC, 5.5 to go. And off to Sopo again. And Sopo won't get anything. Big boys up front for DC, making this difficult on San Francisco. Another 3rd and long coming up here. It would be a 46-yard field goal. Thanks once again just to the offside, because San Francisco hasn't moved the ball in about 4 plays. 5 minutes to go in the third. Hart back to pass on 3rd down 11. He's got time, but it's breaking down. Hart has to check it down to Sopo, and he doesn't make anybody miss. Nice tackle in the open field for the Dragons. Not quite sure who that was out there. I feel like it was Trevelyan. But again, can't say for sure. Maybe Greenwood. 4th down and 10. And San Francisco has to settle for what would be a game-tying field goal from 45 yards away. San Francisco is 92.3% on field goals this year. And from the 45 yards away, that's good. Should say from the 34-yard line. A 44-yard field goal is up and through, and we are square at 31. A long drive for San Francisco ends in a field goal. From the 9, DC on the return, past the 25, up to the 29-yard line. So with 3:54 to go in the third, the Dragons have had the ball just 3 plays and 1 possession in this quarter. All runs to Richard Snowden. Zuli yet to throw a pass. Over 200 yards passing. No interceptions. Tie ball game at 31 here on the Sunday Showcase. The 3-2 DC Dragons currently in the 6th spot in the league as Zuli goes deep and the pass is incomplete. Looking for Corky, 13th time he's been targeted. Ball wins that battle. DC currently 6th. 6 teams make the playoffs in this 8-game schedule. The Dragons are 3-2. San Francisco is 2-3. They are in 8th place. But could potentially, depending upon point differential, get up into a playoff spot with a victory today. 2nd and 10 at the 29, out of the eye. Hand off Snowden. Snowden, throw the football! It's recovered by San Francisco! The rookie, I believe, was the one to fall on it. Snowden hit by the linebacker, and it was Roosevelt Wallace to recover the fumble. Jarring the ball loose, and San Francisco has forced the first mistake of the day. And how about the Bulldog defense? They give up 31 points in the first half, have given up nothing, haven't even given up a first down in this half, and forced a turnover. Hard back to pass, going for the kill shot, and the pass is caught! Touchdown Bulldogs! There is a flag! There is a flag! Is it coming back? Yes, it is.
Holding, number 61.
Oh, that is a huge penalty. Wipes away the score and a lot of momentum. Lepsis called for the hold. And DC catches a monster break. First and 20, back at the 38. Tie game at 31. What a game. Still a whole nother quarter of epicness to go. That pass is caught. Swung to the outside, Brunson. And they get 8 of the yards back. Going to be second down and 12. Brunson now 4 catches, 31 yards. The 83 yards and a touchdown from Rex Norton all came in the first half. Second and 12 at the 30. 3 minutes to go in the third, and Hart's changing the play. Back to pass, Hart swings it out to Iyasosopo, and he won't get anything, and he has been a non-factor in the passing game today. Teams around the league started to figure out how to defend the flats well after guys like Elliott Snyder and Barkey Chul and David Overstreet started exploiting the flats at the beginning of the season. Back, offside again for DC. Free play. Hart's pass is caught down to the 15-yard line. Donald Miller again. It's not a touchdown, but it's a first down.
Neutral zone infraction, number 94. Defense.
This has been a sloppy game. These refs have been quite busy out there. Penalty declined. Nice route run by Miller. He lost DJ Greenwood. Simply lost him. How about this? Jasper Hart, 160 yards, 14 yards away from taking a 7-point lead in a potential upset of the Dragons. A lot of football left to go. Hand off to Iyasosopo, and he lost 3. Second and 13. Down to 142 to go in the third. 31-31, 1:36 to go in the third quarter. And Hart is going to hand it off to Iyasosopo, and it's another third down and long for San Francisco. They have had to live in third and long situations today. Leroy Ambush has stepped up his game here in the third quarter. Now the Dragons just need to step up their game on third down. San Francisco 4th in the league. They convert third downs 50% of the time. DC 5th in the league, giving up just 47.1 conversions on third down. Hart back to pass on 3rd and 13. Hart goes a check down actually, and it's short of the first down. Pass caught by Norton. It's his 4th grab of the day. But it looks like San Francisco will just take the lead with the kicker. And DC, boy, how big was that holding penalty? Wiped the touchdown off the board. And instead, the Bulldogs have to settle for 3 from 25 yards out. high snap. Kick is up, nearly blocked, and good. In fact, I think someone might have even hit the leg of the kicker there on the follow-through. Didn't fall down, though. San Francisco has taken the lead. They've outscored DC 6-0 in the third quarter. The Dragons have not gotten a first down in this quarter, and they trail 34-31. From the 10-yard line, past the 20, up to the 26-yard line. Happy to have you along for the ride here on the Sim Football Network. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Cameron Irvine. Certainly wish Greg Morris was with us today, under the weather, had to call in, and that's just unfortunate. First and 10 of the 26. DC trying to get the offensive rhythm back. Hand off Snowden, and he takes it around the left side. Snowden got 5. 164 yards now for Snowden, but just 12 here in the third quarter, and that's going to be the final play of the third quarter. We got one heck of a ball game brewing. Sunday Showcase Game of the Week, DC 31, San Francisco 34. This is the Sim Football Network on Twitch, and we'll be right back. August 31st at halftime of actually the Money Monday contest, we will have SFL major announcements. You won't want to miss it. August 31st, Money Monday, here on the Sim Football Network on Twitch. We'll be right back to San Francisco in 30 seconds. Snowden, he's going to pick up a first down. So to start the fourth quarter, DC moves the chains. They did not do that at all in the third. .11:45 left to impact the playoff race here in the SFL. Off. Snowden, 3-yard loss. Jasper Lennox. The left side, the advantage for San Francisco. Lennox, Wallace, and Henderson. Second down, 13. Who is going to pull this one out? 4 receivers, 2 to either side. Back to pass. Zuli deep, and it's caught. Oh, he dropped it! Greg Corky couldn't hang on. Forced out by Andrew Ball. Third down. That was the best thing. Actually, I stand corrected. That was knocked out by number 37. Corky nearly made a phenomenal play. And it's third down. Third and 13 at the 34. Back to pass, Zuli. Zuli pump fake, fires right side, caught, turning the corner, and not get the first down. That's Gibbs ruled 4th and inches. And from first glance, I think that's a good call. It's where his foot is out there. Boy, I don't know. That is mighty close. DC's not going to challenge. They're going to punt the football, and San Francisco gets another stop.
Here I come, punter. I'm coming. I'm gonna block the punt.
Low snap. DC kicks it away. From the 17. Bulldogs up to the 20, so deep in their own territory. San Francisco with the football up 3. The Bulldogs have been the master of winning close games. Beat the Maulers here 28-24. Beat San Francisco, or New York here, 27-24 in overtime. And right now up 34-31. Four receivers, hard to throw. He's going to go down the middle right away, and it's a 5-yard pickup to Miller. Millens on the tackle, 2nd and 5. So a 31-28 first half, a 6-0 second half. This has been a fun one all the way through. Second and 5 at the 25. Bulldogs trying to improve their playoff positioning. Draw play to Tuiasosopo. Got a first down to the 30. And if San Francisco does win this game, the real benefactor is the winner of tomorrow night's Honolulu and Tallahassee Money Monday showdown. The winner of that game will be 4-2, and will move into a tie for 4th with New York. Hart deep, back to pass. It's caught by Miller. No, he did not get the feet in bounds. Oh wow, I thought he had that. San Francisco's going to red flag it.
The Bulldogs are challenging.
Tight roping the sideline. Let's take a look. This is a huge play in this game. Miller. Oh, there's no doubt he caught that football. That's a first down.
After review, the pass has been ruled complete. The catch was made prior to going out of bounds. The Bulldogs will not be charged with a timeout. First down.
First down, nice challenge there for the Bulldogs as they move into DC territory. And a nice job by Donald Miller getting the feet in bounds. 1st and 10 at the 45. 3 receivers, 2 to the left side. Hand off to Tuiasosopo. And it's 2nd and 11. .850 to go in the 4th, 2nd and 11. San Francisco protecting a 3-point lead. Back to pass. Hart, check down. Tuiasosopo tried to go back over the middle, and he lost 2 yards. DC has done a good job in this half on 1st and 2nd down on San Francisco. Jasper Hart has just had ice water in his veins on these 3rd and long situations, and they've got another one here just across midfield. Back to pass, Hart. Hart fires deep. It's knocked away. That is good defense. DJ Greenwood slaps it out of the sky, intended for Donald Miller. And that is a huge stop for DC with 8 minutes to go. fair catch called for at the 11-yard line. First down for DC. Fresh look here, 34-31. Bulldogs protecting a 3-point lead. Snowden, nice grab from Richard Snowden. Only got 2 yards, but a pretty catch. 2nd and 8 from the 14, about a 2.5-yard gain. Snowden's been quiet in the passing game. Snowden 4th in the league in all-purpose yards, 177.2. Has 11 touchdowns. Zach Zulli coming in 5th in the league in pass efficiency, quarterback rating of 101. Back to pass, caught, and a nice turn to the corner. Revan got popped, but he got a Dragon first down to the 24, keeps the drive alive. 7:40 on the clock.
Let's go.
First and 10 of the 24. After the Revan reception, high formation Snowden. Snowden right side, getting strung out, and he lost a yard. Good pursuit there by the Hog Malleys up front, 2nd and 11. Down to 7 minutes to go. San Francisco still in the lead. Two receivers both to the right. Zulli going deep, and it's caught at the 43. It's Corky again. 10 grabs for a $176 and 2 touchdowns. And DC keeps the ball, driving from left to right. Shout out to all of you who are supporting us today. This has been a great game for you to watch. If this is your first time watching, come on back, man. Got a good one tomorrow as well. 3-2 Tallahassee, 3-2 Honolulu. Big things happening for this league. Announcements coming in 2 weeks' time. You will hear it all right here on the Sim Football Network. Hashtag Total Game Experience. 2nd and 5. 6:19 to go. DC down 3. San Francisco looking to pull the upset, but they jump offside. So it'll be either 2nd and inches or a first down for the Dragons as the penalty fest here today continues.
Neutral zone infraction, number 99, defense.
The only turnover in the game was a Richard Snowden fumble. That is going to be a first down. Henderson was the man to jump. Both quarterbacks have kept it clean. And really, that's why San Francisco's in this game, because the Bulldogs' turnovers, first half turnovers, took them out of their last 2 games after a 2-1 start. First and 10 at the 47-yard line. 4 receivers in an empty backfield for Zulli. Back to pass. Zulli fires right. Oh, it's caught! I thought Andrew Ball had it. Corky down the sideline of the 22. What a play by Corky. He's now over 200 yards. Andrew Ball sold out on that play. And oh, he was just out of reach. A huge play there for DC as they get into scoring position at the Bulldog 22-yard line. What a perfect pass from Zach Zulli. Brilliantly placed. Hand off Snowden. Snowden, 2 yards. Clock will roll. 16 and counting. 2nd and 8. 3 receivers, 2 to the left. Zulli to throw. Back to pass. Zulli all kinds of time. Zulli going to the end zone. He overthrew a wide open receiver. What a missed opportunity, as both teams now have missed opportunities at touchdowns. San Francisco got one call back due to a holding penalty. Empty backfield on a 3rd down and 8. Zulli to pass. Zulli to the right. It is caught. 1st down to the 11. Snowden out of the backfield, and Zulli is over 300 yards of passing today. What a huge throw, and a tough one to make at that, all the way across the field. 1st and 10 at the 11. San Francisco trying to hold to 3. DC has not scored in the 2nd half. Hand off to Snowden, and Snowden is wrapped up after a half yard to the 10. .350 to go. 2nd and 10 and counting. 2nd and 10 at the 10. Nobody on the right side. Handoff Snowden, and Snowden runs right into the defense. Sotolovich meets him 2-yard loss. 3rd and 12. .318 to go. Boy, these two owners going to have a heart attack, and their respective coordinators. 3:08 to go. 3rd and 12 of the 13. Zulli back to pass. Zulli steps out of the pocket and is sacked. 2nd sack of the game for San Francisco. It's 4th and 20. Zulli right into the jaws of William Lett. Clock is still moving as DC attempts to tie the game. A 37-yard field goal. For the tie. The Dragons kick nearly blocked. It is good. What a surge up the middle from San Francisco. Oh, they nearly got that one. That was very close. But right down the middle, it is 34-34. San Francisco has played the lone overtime game of the season. It was here in California, and the Bulldogs won that game 27-24. San Francisco would love to get it done before then. From the 11. Bulldogs past the 25, past the 30, nearly spun away up to the 32-yard line with 2:26 to go. Keanu Tuiasosopo has been rather quiet in the game today. In the 2nd half, I mean. A brilliant 1st half. 2:26 left. San Francisco has played just about as good of an offensive game as you could possibly want. 3 receivers. Hart out of the shotgun. Back to pass. Hart flips it out. Tuiasosopo doesn't pick up a block, but spins off a defender. Picks up just 4. And San Francisco's running some no-huddle. Better be careful. That could come back and bite them. Down to 2:10 to go. Hart, 2nd and 6. Passing again. Over the middle. And it's nearly taken away. O'Brien could have picked it off. Now it's 3rd down. And the problem with going no huddle there is potentially DC could get the ball back with plenty of time. Even before the 2-minute warning, they have all 3 timeouts, as does San Francisco. 3rd down and 6. This is what we all watch for. The drama is real. Hart back to pass. Hart's pass is tipped and nearly caught by Brunson, but instead it's a 4th down even before the 2-minute warning. A disaster scenario for San Francisco as they have to punt it away to the Dragons. What a huge defensive stand by DC. They nearly knocked the ball right into the receiver's hands. Got very lucky there. Jasper Hart lucky to not throw a pick. Punt is away. And now the DC offense has the pressure on them, along with the San Francisco defense. 1st and 10 for the 34. It's going to be DC, not San Francisco, with a chance on a game-winning drive. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification along the Bulldog Radio Network.
Home to the Bulldog Bark, 102.5 KSFR, The Big Ticket, San Francisco.
First and 10 of the 34. 2 in the backfield. Zulli to pass. Got to watch for Corky. They flip it out to Snowden, and Snowden is wrapped up quickly. And they say he's out of bounds with 1:49 to go, only a 1-yard gain. Greg Corky has dominated San Francisco today. One of the best receiving performances of the year. Over 200 yards. 2nd and 9 at the 35. Three receivers, 1:49 left. Zulli to throw. Zulli out to Snowden. Snowden trying to turn the corner, and Snowden is wrapped up. That's a 5-yard gain, and DC's going to go no huddle now. Both teams still have all 3 timeouts. 3rd down and 4. 1:35 left. Zulli's in the shotgun. 3 receivers, back to pass. Zulli looking down the middle of the field. That pass is knocked away, and incomplete. And San Francisco's going to get another shot. Back and forth we go. Oh, man. Law will have to punt it away. It'll be back in Jasper Hart's hands. Man, these teams only need 3 yards. Or 3 points, I should say. Punt is away. From the 20. Bulldogs. Decent return up to the 24. Took a lot of time off the clock, though. Down to 1:18. All 3 timeouts in the pockets of the Bulldogs and the Dragons. Once again, game reset. The Dragons 3-2. Currently in 6th place. 6 teams make the playoffs in the league. San Francisco is in 8th place at 2-3. But a win for the Bulldogs here today would mess up a lot of the playoff tiebreakers as Hart, back to pass, has to check it down. Tuiasosopo, no gain. Neither offense can do anything here in the final 2 minutes. San Francisco going no huddle. 2nd down and 10. Out of the shotgun, 1:03 to go. Back to pass. Deep ball. Miller caught down to the 48-yard line. And a timeout, San Francisco. That's a nice time to bust out the deep ball for Jasper Hart. Greenwood makes the tackle, which is the most important part of that play. San Francisco's about 15 yards away from realistic field goal range. Three receivers. Hart is out of the gun. Tuiasosopo in the backfield. 4 down linemen. Hart back to pass again. Hart has to check it down. Tuiasosopo makes the man miss. Inside the 35. Down the sideline to the 24. What a move by Tui. 40 seconds left. Hart's got to be careful. He does not turn the ball over here. Tuiasosopo takes another pass, and DC saves a timeout. They threw him out of bounds. 2nd and 7. 33 seconds left. San Francisco can sit on it here, but the problem is DC has all 3 timeouts. So San Francisco sort of has to stay aggressive in a way to avoid giving the ball to DC, who could potentially win the game with a touchdown. They're going to hand it off to Tuiasosopo. DC's going to stop him, and the Dragons are going to burn a timeout. So we're not done quite yet. 3rd down and 8. 2 timeouts for the Dragons. If San Francisco does not get the first down here, even if they kick the field goal, the Dragons would have time to go deep, potentially win it with a touchdown. I think if you're Jasper Hart here, you have to pass. You have to pass and make sure you're the last team with the football. 4 receivers. Tuiasosopo is going to get the handoff, and DC is going to force a field goal and will likely get the ball back here. This field goal is from 37 yards away. Never automatic in the SFL. San Francisco to go back up by 3. That kick is good. 24 seconds left. 37-34. San Francisco has kicked 3 field goals in this half. It was 31-28 at the half, and San Francisco has outscored DC in this quarter, or in this half, 9-3. The heart is pumping. San Francisco just has to try not to give up a touchdown. That would be absolutely gut-wrenching. Down to 20 seconds to go. Can you believe it? What a game. Bulldogs don't play nice with teams owned by CAG. 1st and 10 of the 30. 20 seconds to go. This is it right here. Zuli, empty backfield, back to pass. Zuli will fire it. That is caught. But they only have 1 timeout, so they got to go no huddle. Down to 10 seconds to go. DC taking a lot of time to get set. 6 seconds left. Zuli back to pass, throws it short, and they take a timeout with 1 second left at the 43. Just barely did DC get that called. San Francisco upset. They thought the time had run out. And what DC was trying to do there was get into Hail Mary range, and I believe that they did. And will this be a Hail Mary formation here for Zuli? You bet. Hail Mary for the Dragons. Final play of the game. Zuli is hit and sacked. Bulldogs with the upset. Welcome into the post-game studios. What a ball game on the Sunday Showcase here on the Sim Football Network on Twitch as the DC Dragons fall to 3-3. The San Francisco Bulldogs improve to 3-3 and keep their hopes of hosting an SFL championship game alive. If they can get into the postseason, they have a shot to be the first. 9-3 was the second half score after 8 touchdowns combined between these two teams in the first half. Jasper Hart finishes with 256 yards passing, 1 touchdown, and the most important stat of the day for San Francisco, 0 turnovers. That fumble from Snowden was huge. Touchdown wiped away by the holding call on San Francisco's offensive line did not end up hurting them. Greg Corky finishes with 210 yards and 2 touchdowns. He was magnificent. Tuiasa Sopo finishes with 188 yards and 3 touchdowns, just 22 yards in the second half. Jasper Lennox led the way, 11 tackles for San Francisco. He has been a brilliant addition. One of the bright spots on this Bulldog defense that has been hot and cold. Zuli finishes with 324 yards, 2 touchdowns, and no picks. Player of the game, Keanu Tuiasa Sopo in the first half was outstanding. 28 carries, 188 yards, 3 touchdowns on the day, 30 through the air. San Francisco 3-0 at home. They take on the New York Knights in 2 weeks in a rematch of their overtime thriller. That is also when we will be making special league announcements, and that will also be gigantic to playoff implications in the SFL. We certainly appreciate you all hanging out with us. Please come back and see us again. From all of us that work on the Simulation Football League, I'm your play-by-play commentator, Cameron Irvine, and this has been a presentation of the Sim Football Network. San Francisco 37, DC 34 from Bagnall Memorial Stadium. See you tomorrow night, Honolulu and Tallahassee. Mike Peters joins me in the booth. Good night, everybody.